It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. Tonight on Trains and Tech, we are going to talk about, I think, reading. Some people might say reading, but I think it's reading. There's been a big announcement that everyone's been talking about with the sale or purchase or whatever it was of Kalmbach. And I just thought maybe I'd show a couple of the different books that I've acquired maybe, or how or why I've acquired them and what I'm using them for and or not using them for. I do have a little poll going up here on the right side. Basically, are you a railroad or model railroad reader? The options are yes, I read anything I can get, which is so far winning at 54%. So we have a lot of people here that are able to read. 17% says I can read, but I don't. 25% says I watch YouTube, so I do not have to read, and that would be the one that I would likely choose. 4% have said I cannot read, so I cannot answer. I gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed with the 4% that, despite their lack of ability to read, have still been able to answer the poll. Take a look. It's in a book, The Reading Rainbow. I think a couple people may have I actually haven't heard of that until the whole Jeopardy thing happened. I wasn't familiar with it, but I'm curious, Adam, how long did it take you to type that out? Because it would have taken me a really long time to type that out. Before we get into the reading stuff, I started doing another eBay listing. The 2 items that I put up have been sold. The last one actually sold about 2 hours ago. And I wanted to do another I actually have 2 items that I want to list up on eBay, and everybody was very helpful last time, helping me come up with some pricing and different things like that. So I thought maybe we'd try this again, see how it goes, see how. Uh, Right from around the layout says they received a 50-foot high cube boxcar in the mail. Damn, USPS shrunk it. If you do not know, Ray Arnott hosts a podcast called Around the Layout, and he is doing a boxcar, a 50-foot Gunderson high cube boxcar. I don't remember what he's calling it, but like passing it around to different people. So if you go to his Facebook page, there's a lot of photos. It's an HO scale car. And I said, well, what about us N scalers? So I found one on eBay. I bid on it. I won it. I shipped it over to Ray, and I said, Ray, no excuses now. Make an ATLP 2022 interchange car in N scale and ship it out to us N scalers so that we can participate as well. But if you're an HO scaler, go to the Around the Layout podcast website and sign up, and you can get on the list to receive the car to show it on your layout. Eventually, I'm assuming he's going to have an N scale version that you will also be able to sign up for. I keep trying to convince him that he should also do a Z scale version, but it sounds like Z scale might not be happening. But you know, eBay has been an interesting thing for me. These are what I'm looking to sell, are some of these Lima N scale heavyweight cars. I actually have 2 of these 2760 cars. Nothing in a box though, which it doesn't look like this guy has the box either, and he's charging $25. Is he really charging $25 for a car without a box? And he graded it as C5, and he's still charging $25. I also have these 3 cars, which somebody's charging $50 for. One is a broken coupler. So I don't know. I mean, I think I need to come up with some language like this too to put on mine. But anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting. Like I was gonna put them up on eBay for like $5 a piece or something like that, but I don't know. Click sold. Oh, that's a good point, Adam. I really should click sold and see what those prices are. No, we will not be selling any of the Christmas stuff. Oh, look, it's even missing wheels. This photo right here. These are all 6 or 3 axle trucks, 6 total. But this picture that he's showing is only showing 3 of them. So I'm probably going to, sell these for, or at least list them maybe for like $5 a piece. See, you know, and maybe put them for an auction. Maybe some people will be interested. If not, though, at least the goal is to, you know, ship them out to some people that might find them interesting and run them on their railroad. I just want people to run this stuff. That's what I'm trying to do. So let's see. Okay, what do I want to do? Lima N scale heavyweight passenger car. Let's grab this first. We can start with this. What am I selling? N scale heavyweight passenger car, Pennsylvania Railroad, PRR. N scale heavyweight passenger car, Pennsylvania Railroad, PRR. Should I put N scale at the beginning? Probably don't need N scale at the beginning. Probably put N scale back here and say 4X Lima, 1X Atlas. Let's go to the next page, see what we got. This is turned into a QVC for model trains. Yeah, I guess a little bit. Yeah, manufacturer, 4 of them are Lima. One of them is Atlas. This one in the front here, let's see if I zoom in a little bit. Maybe somebody could tell me. I'm not really sure what the difference is, if it's just a lack of detailing, but these four here are Lima, which have a little bit of extra detailing on the top. This one here, which seems to be also, I mean, it looks very similar as far as the series goes, but the top is different. Can N scale even become heavyweight? Ooh, ooh. Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. I actually, the car that I sold today was an O scale car. Hadn't been getting any bites. A guy emailed me. I had it listed for 15 bucks. He offered me 10. I said, fine. You know, I mean, you know, like, what? If I'm not running it on the railroad and it's not a part of my circus collection or a couple other collectible things, I'm gonna just, you know, even if it's a little bit of a loss, we are just going to, we're just gonna send it out there. All right, so N-scale passenger car, Lima, Cobra road name. Let's continue without a match used. Let's go continue to listing. It is getting hot in this room. Alexa, turn on air conditioning. I apologize for anybody listening without headphones on. Yeah, I really missed an opportunity in the thumbnail that is being pointed out to me over and over again in the chat. How much better would it have been if the book I had showed was a Reading book and not a the Hoboken Shore Railroad. Well, I was going to mention this later, but it's actually interesting. The book that is on the thumbnail is about this small, you know, Hoboken Shore Railroad. It's a, you know, a shore railroad along the water. And second section, the short line of the show that they did on their last YouTube stream was also a shore air, actually, you know, has a car float, the New York, New Jersey, which is a local railroad to me. So it's kind of interesting. All this stuff just keeps kind of coming together. Ooh, 107. Ugh. Oy, 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 oy. 18 each or 45 for all three. I have 5 of them total. Oh, I guess I should put that here too. Lot of 5. Oh, I have run out of length. Let's see. Heavyweight passenger car. Let's get rid of the Pennsylvania Railroad. Just put PRR. N scale 4X Lima 1X Atlas. Lot of 5. Maybe I'll add Pennsylvania back here. Penn, Sylvania. I grew up in Pennsylvania, which is probably the only reason why I can actually spell it. Hope now that I say that, boy, do I hope that I actually spelled it correctly or not. The book about the reefers was called, I have a couple, but I know which one you're talking about. It's called The Great Yellow Fleet by John H. White. Looks like this. It's kind of an expensive book. It's not a cheap book. I forget how much I paid for it. It's listed for $46. But yeah, the Great Yellow Fleet by John H. White. All right, so let's take a look at this again. Yes, Ray. Yes, it is. Ray, are you saying that you would like to be a moderator as well? Is that what you're hinting at? Is that you should become a moderator so that you can keep an eye on Split Rock? Add as many details as you can. I'm going to leave it as Lima is the brand just because. Corporate road name, Pennsylvania Railroad. Material, let's go with plastic. Replica of Pullman. They are Pullman, right? I mean, Color, brown, sure. Scale, 1/160th, sure. Year manufactured, no idea. Power type, none. Rail system, 2 rail system. Control system, none. MPN, enter your own, none. Theme. Oh, look, there's circus is one of the items on the theme. I don't know what the theme should be. Transportation, there we go. Country, region of manufacture. Anyone knows where Lima is manufactured? I think it's Italy, right? Franchise, 101 Dalmatians, maybe? How much for Heath in the window? Vintage, kinda. All right, here we go. Photos. Let's go here. Let me make this a little smaller. You don't need to look at my little home symbol. Let's go to photos. Let's go eBay Pennsylvania Railroad. Let's select all these photos, drag them over here. There we go, just like that. Photos have been uploaded. And people think that I never plan for this. See, I do plan for it. Write a detailed description of your letter and let AI draft it or save time and let AI draft it for you. We'll say we'll let them model railroad hobbyist looking to streamline my connection. Don't watch me type. I can't type. I'm not good at typing, so don't watch it. Looks like looking to streamline my collection and get rid of some of the items that I will not be running on my current current layout. For training season, yeah, this is a lot of 5 brown color. This set features regular. These cars are perfect. Making a lot includes cars. Making a great. Yeah, these cars are made in Italy and perfect for these cars. 4 of these cars. 4 of these cars. 4 FOUR of these cars are made in Italy. Get your hands on them today. Sold as is. Horn, hook, couplers. 48 out of 18. Okay, who didn't click the thumbs up? I'd say a lot of people. Your collection, not connection. See, I told you, don't. I'm terrible at spelling. Thanks for catching that. Appreciate that. Are they lighted? They are not lighted. They're older, older units, so not lit up. I do actually have some of the Bachmann ones that are light up. Does anybody know what is the length of this car? I guess that's the wide. That's the real question I want to know is what's the length of this? I think this cotton belt here is a 50-foot car. I guess I can pull, let's see if I do this. So this Great Northern is a 40-foot car. I'm not sure what the mom's is. So is that 72 feet, maybe? I don't think it's an 86er, because if it's an 86er, it would be at least as long as these two. Here, I think these two are 40s here. Oh, maybe it is an 86-footer. No, wait. If these two are 40s and this is shorter than it, so I think it's a 72-footer, right? Isn't that a pretty standard heavyweight size? I want to go back up here and say a lot of 72 foot. Oh, it won't let me add that. I can add it down here. 72 foot. Only thing in this sale is the 5 PRR passenger cars. Nothing in the background or foreground are included except the cars. You know, who knows what people say. Do I have a scale ruler? Actually, you know, I think I do. And I think I can actually get to it without too much of a struggle. Let's see. Now, the question is, though, can I read the scale ruler? So if I'm reading this correctly, well, that says N gauge scale. I don't know if that's right. Model Railroader Scale, HOSO, N gauge scale 1.905 millimeters foot, 1 to 1/60th scale. It does say. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that right there. It does say 1 to 1/60th scale. So if I zoom back out, and let's move this over one track. Looks like this is actually an 80-foot car. Would that make any sense? That these are 80-foot cars? Like, I don't think, was that a standard size, 80 foot? I mean, it seems to be what it is. Only I could see it. Yeah, I know. Maybe it's more like 5.5 inches long. How much 80-foot long cars? All right. I'm getting way too much into this. Let's say we're gonna make it an auction, just because. Set the starting amount. So what do people think I should start? There's these 5 cars. I'm working on the starting bid option. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. So if I do $5 each, that's $25 a car. If I do 7 each, that's what, 7 times 5, 35 a car. So should I literally, I wasn't going to start at literally $5. I was thinking of starting at like $25, $5 each. Heath, now you know why we say you don't prepare for this. What are you trying to say, Derek? $100 shipment? Nah, I don't know that I'm actually going to sell anything tonight, but I am trying to list something. Starting bid, auction duration, buy it now. We're going to remove buy it now, but I do want to offer the make and allow offers. There we go. Enter the minimum price you'd consider. So we're going to put $5 in there. $25 starting bid, $5 allowing offers. No buy it now. Shipping. Let's change the shipping. I do have a box picked out already. I painted it a little bit pink just to cover up some of the stuff all the way on there. But 45 for, you keep saying 45 for all 3, but there's 5 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not 3. All right, so I'm taking this over here to the other side where I have my scale. I guess I could have weighed this ahead of time. Looks like we're at 10 ounces total for this once it gets all packed up. So we're just going to say 1 pound. And we're going to go and measure it at, it's 10 inches by, let's say 10 by 5 by 3. 10 by 5 by 3. Buyer pays calculated shipping. That's been working well for me. I like that. Don't need more options. Don't need local pickup. Don't need don't need that. List it for free. All right, it's off. It's gone. Are you saying I should make it like $24.99 instead of 25, or are you saying that I should start it at 99 cents and let it run at 99 cents? You've never lost money. interesting. Starting at 99 cents. Makes me think, I will say. So here's the listing. Hopefully nobody will think that the cars in the background are in this, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's probably the cheapest thing out there, right? If people are looking for these cars, it's probably the cheapest option there. So we'll see how it goes. You know, sold as is, horno covers, only thing in the sale. So I call it out. We'll see. Hopefully people won't give me too much trouble. John, it actually sold today. A guy offered me $10 and I took it. So it is being sent off to Florida. Yeah, Lynn, I gotta say, shipping N scale stuff, the lighter weight definitely comes in handy. Oh, interesting. Started at 99 cents. Well, let's see how this goes. If it doesn't work, I'll relist it for 99 cents and see if I get some other bids. But yeah, I mean, you're probably right, Don. Probably right. John, you did miss that. I am going to list this guy as well. Let's make this wider. It's the Mickey Mouse 19281 car, die-cast metal sprung trucks, die-cast metal operating, Mickey's Carrots high cube boxcar. I'll look this one up at some point and probably Lionel 6-19281. I'll list it maybe after the show, but you can see, let's see, shipping lowest first. You know, somebody's looking to sell them for $15. So, you know, again, if I get $10 for it or whatever, great. It'll get out on somebody's layout. Joey, why are you calling me out, Joey? Why are you calling me out? Yeah, I've been called out. It's been a while since I've done any operations. It's been a while since I've done any work on the layout. I'll talk a little bit more about that, not on this stream, but on another stream coming up. I do have an op session Friday night at another person's layout that I'm looking forward to, but I've just, the room behind me has become a little bit of a mess. I don't know if it's just that I have a big problem or, we don't need to get too much into it. Yeah, I don't, the summertime, I'd rather sit inside in the air conditioning and do stuff. So, it's all good. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a stumbling block, at the point I'm at. The layout I'll operate, I have to finish the car float. I just got the last piece I needed for the car float, so I'm in a really good position now to finish it. I just have to finish it, but yeah, a lot of things piled up. So I work in this room in addition to having the layout in here. And I think a little bit what I'm finding too is that, if I'm just having a bad day at work, even though I'm surrounded by all the layout stuff, it's kind of like I still don't want to spend more time down here. So that's been kind of a mess. Yeah, Andy is a big reader of things. Andy actually has 3 of my books right now. I'm like, 3 of my books. 3 of my books. I don't know. I think isn't like, yeah, anyway. I just need to keep my head down, keep going. But so I work in here too. One of the things a little bit I've been struggling with is when I converted this room really to more of a layout room, one of the things that I did is I got, let's go to this one. I got these folding chairs, and they've got cushions on them. Let's see. They've got cushions on them. They fold up, but I wanted something that I could fold up and get out of the way. These things have been unbelievably uncomfortable. My back is a little bit jacked up on one side. I think a lot of it has to do with sitting in this chair for like 7 hours a day. I tried getting one of these like foam pad things that like old people sit on, like me, because I'm getting old and my back's starting to hurt. But this, even, you know, putting this on the chair hasn't really helped. So I bought a new chair for the room. It's not a big office chair. It's a very cheap. Invite me back over. Andy, you are welcome to come over anytime you want. Anybody, if you're in the New York City area and you want to come over and hang out or operate on the layout or anything like that, come by and check it out. Come operate. We'll find more people. If someone says, I want to come over at X amount of time, oh yeah, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. Can you buy a pad, Adam, to sit on? So I used to stand at work. I used to have a sit-stand desk. I always left it in the standing position. I had a Herman Miller Aeron chair, which, if you don't know, it's like $1,000 office chair. It's a really nice office chair. I converted it to stool height, so I could sit at it at stool height and not have to raise up and down. The problem was the chair is just huge. It's just a massive chair. If I put the chair in here, I can barely even fit in the room. So I decided to get rid of that chair. I am going to, you can come, Sparky. Tell me when you want to come. No, Andy, no, I do not. I gave the chair away to Andy. I don't want the chair back. It's too big. So what I got was an armless chair, and I got the Amazon Basics chair, which has gotten a bunch of decent reviews. But my theory on it is that I spent $1,000 on the Herman Aeron chair, had it for over 10 years. So, you know, $100 a year, right? So if I buy this Amazon Basics chair for $50 and it's comfortable for, let's say, the first 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, if I can get at least 6 months out of it, I'll just buy a new cheap Amazon Basics chair every couple months and just throw them away. Yeah, I'm getting a chair. I hope it's going to help. We'll see, though. I mean, who knows? One thing that I keep trying to ignore is the fact that I'm not 25 anymore, and it's starting to catch up. Starting to catch up. What are secret labs? What are we talking about? But yeah, Sparky's gonna come with his wife later in the summer. I don't remember exactly when, but yeah, come on over. Knowing that I have somebody about to come over. Oh, Secret Labs is the best chair you ever got? Huh. I didn't know Secret Labs was a chair company. Now I want to look up Secret Labs. Let's see. SECRETLABS. Secret Lab gaming chairs. Oh, is this the chair that, up to $100 off for Father's Day? Shop now. How much are they, though? They're telling me how much off they are. They aren't telling me how much they are. I'm going to guess the Classic is probably the cheapest. Ooh! $600! These are not for the faint of heart. Yeah, for now, for now, I am going to, yeah, Don, I get it. I would like to stop by, but it's a little far for a day trip. Yeah, there are some, I wouldn't say, Joey can tell you. Joey found a hotel. I don't believe it was that expensive per night. The rooms are pretty small, but yeah. My fear with these gaming chairs is just their size. I feel like the size of this chair is just big. Just big. I don't know, maybe. I'm going to try this other... Yeah, oh, that would be awesome. Huh. Get my logo put on a gaming chair. I wonder if Secret Labs does that. Secret Labs skins, let's see. Refresh your chair with a Secret Labs skin. Oh, your brand new chair all over again, shop skin. So they don't seem to print. That would be cool, though, if I could get my logo on a chair. That might convince me to get a gaming chair, is if I can get my logo on it. So, yeah, I know, high comfort's higher cost. When you feel like you're not... when you feel like you're not 20 anymore, and I don't feel like I'm 50 anymore. Yeah, oh, I get it. At 50, I'm saying I don't feel young, and I'm sure there are a bunch of 75-year-olds or older on here that are probably saying I have no idea what I'm in for yet. But I figured before my back becomes an actual issue that I would, that I'd, actually look into doing something about it. Reading. Truth be told, I don't actually read a lot, but I do like having books for reference. I like Bob, I appreciate your optimism, but I don't know, I don't have the other camera on right now, but I don't know if you can see behind. There is stuff piled on the shelves. There is stuff. It is packed full of stuff under the layout at this point. Just way too much, which is why I'm trying to sell off some stuff, get rid of some stuff, is just to clear up some more space, and likely I'll end up buying something else. But yeah, we'll see. I didn't, Railroad Model Craftsman versus Model Railroader. We can talk about that a little bit, I guess, if you want. But yeah, magazines is something that I do subscribe to, but I subscribe to, I guess, 2 magazines, but I'm thinking about possibly a third. One of the magazines I subscribe to is Railroad Model Craftsman. I was recommended this over Model Railroader about 2 years ago, and I've been very happy with the choice. I'll admit I don't really read these unless there's an article about operations. Even some of the articles about operations I just skim and don't necessarily read it completely, because I feel like some people can be very verbose, and sometimes they are writing things to fill pages and not writing things succinctly to get out information. But I do think Railroad Model Craftsman has a lot of, tiered portable bench work. Like, there's some cool stuff in here that just sort of tickles the ideas. The other magazine that I subscribe to, though, is actually from the New York Central Railroad, or the New York Central Historical Society. And they put out a quarterly magazine. But being that this is kind of the area that I am modeling, and this is kind of like this picture right here, with the box cab pulling the trains up in front of the trees, like, to me, that's a little bit what I'm doing over here by the window, is that kind of idea or that kind of motif, a little bit over there. So, you know, historical societies are also great places to gather information and ask questions. So this is one that I subscribe to. One that I don't subscribe to that I just found out about. Bob, I understand, man. I'm much more into YouTube videos where people talk at me than having to read. Yeah, so one thing I didn't talk about is digitally. There are some digital stuff that I get, various newsletters. The Manhattan Modelers puts out a once-a-month newsletter. I do have an email list as well. I have not been very good about putting out newsletters for my own stuff. That gets into a little bit of the not working on the railroad stuff too, but we'll get past that. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but if you can't read, how do you count all the words? I do need to build a box cab. If you guys want to see a Riverside transfer box cab that looks fantastic in N scale, go check out Cameron at Caboose 121. He has put LED lights in it on both ends, and 3D printed, painted, decaled. It looks fantastic. He did a really, really good job on that as well. I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately, but where can I find one? Wait, let's see. I think it's on my Discord, actually. Is it on Discord? I don't know where it is. Like, I say all that, and now, where was it? Am I gonna be able to find this before everybody gets bored of me scrolling aimlessly? I'm what do they call that, where you just sort of like scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll? I'm doing that right now, looking for these pictures. I know they're here somewhere. Was it on the workbench, maybe? I have a Discord, if you guys don't know, if you look down in the bottom. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Here they are. Here they are. Oh, that didn't help. It went by too quickly. Here's a picture of it. Riverside transfer box cab. It's a Kato power unit on the bottom. Oh, I didn't realize he has a headlight on top too. I love the different color headlights and the lights inside. I mean, just stunning. Just really, he 3D printed the box cab, put it on this Kato power unit, swapped out the couplers, did all the lighting, put these extra little details of the horn and the bell and everything on top. Yeah, it's a 2-axle power unit. It is the... I have all the stuff to make my own. I'm just terrible. This is the motive. This is the motive power that's under it. But I mean, the reason why I really like this too is because this is the kind of thing. Before the era that I'm really modeling, but these used to, you know, work these riverfront yards. So I'm mostly using just regular old switchers, but I thought it'd be really fun to make up one of these box cabs at some point in time. So I'm definitely going to try and make my own up. I haven't begun starting to paint my own stuff yet. That is something that I'm very Very worried about doing. All right, let's ask this question. So Adam's waiting for some paint to cure. He's using Tamiya paint, or Tamiya, I don't know, however you want to say it. He painted the XF19, which is the gray base coat, and he wants to know how long he should let it cure before he adds, oh, look at this, here we go. Made it all look up nasty. Yeah, acceptable job on an otherwise ugly duckling. Nice brickwork there, Mr. Late Night Hobbies. Look at that. That's some pretty fancy brickwork. But yeah, so this is the Discord. A lot of cool stuff on there. Andy says New York Central used tri-power box cabs into the 1970s on the West Side Line. I didn't know what a tri-powered box cab was. My understanding is that a tri-power box cab is steam, diesel, and electric. So it could run off of any of those three items. Yes, Steve, I kind of agree. We were talking a second ago about digital online newsletters. I tend to like, part of why I like getting books and I like getting that sort of thing is that I spend so much time during work reading online or reading on the computer that after that, I don't want to do it anymore. The problem that I run into though, and I kind of, oh, and battery. Oh, no steam, battery. Okay, electric, diesel, and battery. Oh, did I not finish this? So we want to ask you out there, if you use Tamiya paint, how long should you let it cure before you put a clear coat on top of it so that you don't get any of the peeling or any issues with the paint? So yeah. What was I about to do? Oh, so answer that question for Adam. And then the other thing I want to mention is this is a new historical society I just found called the Tri-State Railway Historical Society. And this actually has this rides along the waterfront, the Hoboken shore. This is an article from the winter of 2023, but this also looks like an interesting group that's got some, New York, New Jersey area related, stuff. So I'm probably going to join this society as well. But the way I found this society is through this book that I bought. I purchased this book obviously through eBay. I was primarily looking for books by Peter A. Brill. Peter A. Brill wrote a couple books about, if you remember last week I talked about we went out into the wild and we were exploring some local trackage in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Peter A. Brill wrote some of the books that were like the most detailed about the railroad in that area. So I was looking for a Peter A. Brill book, and I found this one on the Hoboken Shore Railroad, and I thought this was a little bit more relatable to the area I am modeling. But I purchased this from the Tri-State Railway Historical Society. So when I go on to things like YouTube and whatnot, one of the things I look at a lot is books, and I end up going down, a rabbit hole of like, oh, should I get this book? Should I not get this book? Blah, 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 blah. But I found these guys, Tri-State Rail, and they're, they've got a lot of books on different railroads and stuff. But if you're into books, I always, I kind of sometimes just, I think it's called doom scrolling now. It just popped into my head. Sometimes I'll just doom scroll through books just for things that I think might be interesting reference items. Tri-State has online lectures and quite good. They have those prototypes being restored. Is the Tri-State Society is that the group in Boonton? Yeah. What is a book? Are they on YouTube? I don't know if these Tri-State guys are on YouTube or not. That's a good question. Someone want to look that up? Andy says, I believe so. Is that the channel name Books? Yeah. Let's see. What are they called? The Tri-State Railway Historical Society. Let's look it up. Tri-State Railway Historical Society. All right. So apparently Zoom only. Upcoming events. Monthly meeting. Northeast Quarter. I think some people are familiar with the Northeast Quarter. Let's see, about the Tri-State. Our mission to preserve and restore, as a chapter of the National Railway Historical Society, the NRHS, and a founding member group of the United Railroad Historical Society of New Jersey. That's the group, I believe, the United Railway Historical Society of New Jersey is the group that is restoring the locomotives in this area to do some, I'm blanking on what they're called, you know, like the rides, the whatever, I forget what it's called. But yeah, but these guys, the United Railroad Historical Society, have the New York Central, the green New York Central. They've got a GG1, of course, but they've got a bunch of different locomotives and stuff, some that they are restoring to do excursions. Thank you. Jeez. You would think English was my second language. I have many, and I think even more railroad-related books. I miss Walden books. I know, right? Boy, you're really dating yourself there. Walden was bought by Borders, right? And then Borders went out of business, I think. We still have a couple bookstores. There's actually a Shakespeare and Company just opened a brand new bookstore right up by me, right around the corner from me. It's kind of it's a smaller store, so they don't have a lot of stuff. But they have the Hickory Creek New York Central observation car from the 20th Century Limited. Yeah, they do have some really cool. Here it is. They do have some really cool rolling stock as well. I really want to get out there. They have like one event a year that is kind of, you know, open and available for anybody to go to. But I don't know. Maybe the Manhattan Modelers will reach out to them and schedule an event outside of it. And maybe we'll be able to make something happen out there. Hudson River Rail excursion sold out 2023. I wonder if these actually happened. I heard they were going to happen, but then I think they happened. But here's some lithographs. But yeah, anyway, so this is where maybe they would. Maybe the Manhattan Modelers will reach out. But this Peter A. Brill book, I just thought was kind of interesting. You know, his approach and collection to stuff. Just is kind of neat, all the different things that he puts into a book. Very different style of book, I guess you can say, than something like this guy, which you were talking about earlier, The Great Yellow Fleet by John H. White. The John H. White books are actually very good as well. I think I have a couple of them if I'm not mistaken. But how did anybody answer? I started asking this and I forgot to follow through if I didn't ask. But how do people read? Do people read like sitting up in a chair with a light? And is it a book light on the book, or is it just light that they have on in the room? Do they sit on the couch? Do they sit on a chair? I'm kind of curious. How do you sit and read? Like, what do you do to sit and read? I've tried reading like in bed, but then I fall asleep. Andy, is there anything you don't know about? John H. White used to be the transportation curator at the Smithsonian being the big museum down in Washington, D.C. John says, my wife reads everywhere. I wanted to throw it up there. The poll, I ended it. We got 50 votes in the poll. 56% of people say that they read anything they can get. That is actually higher than I expected, but I'm glad to hear that. I would love, you know what I want sometime? I want one of those big like massage chair recliners to sit in and read. Andy reads in a wing chair in his smoking jacket in front of the fireplace. Let's see. Paul says, anytime I read, I end up getting through 5 minutes before I see the back of my eyelids. Exactly. This is where I used to read a lot on a plane or a train or, like in the subway when I used to go to work. But now that I work locally and don't travel as much, I don't read as much when traveling. So Sparky, being a union electrician, reads while hiding from the boss. Yeah, see, this is me too. I turn on YouTube pretty quickly a lot of times, probably much faster than I should. But to get back to the Kalmbach stuff, though, real quick, I do want to, let's see if I can find one of the more recent ones to show. Here we go. So what kind of concerns me about the Kalmbach sale, me personally, just, not that I read, but I don't get the Model Railroader magazine, but I definitely have a lot of these Model Railroader books that they put out. This one's Thomas Klomoski's Building the Right Size Layout, but I got a whole bunch of them on various topics and stuff like that. And I should listen to the interviews. I haven't listened to them, so I'm kind of curious. Are they going to keep the books going? Because I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think the value of Kalmbach at this point is more in the books and in their video program, which I think there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. I'm not sure how I feel about putting things on YouTube behind a paywall, but I'm kind of curious what they're going to do about the books. Where are the interviews? So the new owner of Model Railroader and Trains.com and all that stuff, he's been interviewed on Ken Patterson's show, What's Neat This Week. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, I'm assuming there are going to be some other podcasts that probably try to interview as well. But yeah, I mean, not to get into it, but I don't watch Ken a lot, so I just haven't found the motivation yet at this point to search out the interview. But I am kind of curious to hear what the owner has to say, so I think it's worth getting out there. Oh, there you go. So they're keeping the magazines for now, but only shipping to the US. I'm assuming they'll have the digital magazine as well. Digital magazines, you don't have all the printing and stuff involved. I don't know. From what I heard, the rumors that I heard, and I haven't watched it, so again, I probably shouldn't be saying anything, but the rumors that I heard is that he is going to take the lessons that he learned with the aviation related magazines that they publish, and he's going to apply that to the model railroad magazines. So I need to listen to it, figure out more, see where it goes, but Yeah, I think reading's good. I want to read more. Not that I want to watch less YouTube, but I think there is value in getting information from as many different sources as possible, especially some things like looking back in history and seeing how things used to be back in the day versus how things are now, and how we did things back in the day versus how we did things now. I used to have an eighth grade, was it eighth grade? I think it was an eighth grade history teacher. He used to always say, LFH, learn from history. And that was his way of trying to get eighth graders to pay attention in class. But I do ultimately think there's a lot of value in that, in any topic of interest, is, learning from history. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.